Isn't the simple answer, Karen Bradley, that if you're the Prime Minister and you're trying to persuade the country this is a good idea, don't you just say, you know what, I was Remain, but now I absolutely believe in this. I want everybody else to believe in this. This is the brave new world, and this is where we're going.
And judge her by our actions and judge the government by our actions.
But how can we judge her by her actions when she won't tell us what she would do?
We are delivering on Brexit, but what we're not answering, and what she's not answering, is a hypothetical question of something that isn't going to happen.
But
there isn't going to be a second referendum.
Karen,
we are delivering Brexit.
Right,
I believe in Brexit.
That.
We are going to have a bright future for
So
Britain outside the
Brexit?
European Union.
You do believe in it?
Of course I believe in Brexit. The British people have asked us to deliver Brexit, and I am making sure that's what I deliver.
But you see, what the British public, I think, would like to know is whether people like yourself and Theresa May, who are running this government, who are running the whole thing, whether you fundamentally yourselves believe in what you are trying to persuade us of. And at the moment, you might dress it up as hypothetical. I think it's a really good question that Ian Dale asked Theresa May. And I found her answer, as the Tory supporting Telegraph found, absolutely baffling. To give no answer when you're asked, would you vote for your own Brexit campaign? You're
asking hypothetical questions, and there's lots of ifs, buts and maybes in the world. What I'm saying is that the British people, in a binding referendum last year, voted to leave the European Union. I respect that decision, and I am delivering on it. I'm the servant of the people, and I'm making sure we deliver Brexit. And I am optimistic for the future of Britain outside the European Union.
Okay, because, I don't want to label the point.
Because it was a balanced decision in the first place.
Yeah.
She said, and I agreed with her, that, you know, on balance, at 23rd of June 2016, I felt it was probably better to remain.
But how is your balance moved?
But you know, things move on. And
how is your balance moved?
We've heard the way the European Union wants to change. It wants to be more federal. It wants to have ever closer union. The British people do not want that.
Okay.
But we do want
a strong
partnership with the European Union. We want to work with the European Union. We want to be their friends, but we want that strong future for Britain outside the European Union.
It's all very persuasive, right? It's all very persuasive.
But has it persuaded you?
But it does persuade. It does prompt the question. You're being very persuasive to the people watching, but they might be thinking, well, does she actually think this is a good idea or not now?
I say judges on our record. Of course, I am delivering
Your record is you
Brexit,
voted against this.
But I am now delivering what the British people want. And I can see a very bright future, and I'm very optimistic
for the
future of Britain outside the European Union. Of course, I'm delivering Brexit. That's what the British people have asked me to deliver.
You do believe in
and I am going to get the very best deal for Britain.
I get it. But do you believe in Brexit?
Of course I believe in Brexit. We're delivering Brexit. Judges on our record.
So purely hypothetically, you would vote Brexit now?
But we're not having another vote. You are not having a second referendum. There is no point in debating that.
Why, if you believe in something, could you not just say, of course I'd vote for it?
I believe in Brexit. We're delivering Brexit, but we are not having a second referendum.
Would you vote for it?
But we're not having a second referendum. It's a hypothetical question.
But if we were, would you vote for it?
But we're not having a second referendum.
Why are you all digging these terrible graves for yourselves?
I know you just want a YouTuber clip here, Piers.
No!
We want to know whether you're now leave or remain.
I want to know if the people running the government who are persuading the country...
The British government is leaving the European Union.
Here's what it is, Karen. I want you to persuade me, right? I'm a Remainer. I remain unconvinced by any of this, right? I would like you, who seems to have had this massive metamorphic...
Damascene conversion.
Yeah.
Not a Damascene conversion.
So you haven't been persuaded by the arguments for
leave? I was always on balance. I believed Remain was the better for our safety and security and economic prosperity.
Do you still believe that?
At the time of June 2016.
Right.
We are now in October 2017.
I get it.
Much
have
has
you changed your opinion?
Much has changed, and we are now in a position where we are leaving the European Union. And I am going to get the best deal I can for Britain outside the European Union with our bright, optimistic future.
It all sounds incredibly exciting and bright and optimistic, but I simply ask you a very simple question. In that case, would you hypothetically vote for this bright, optimistic future?
But there isn't another referendum, and I'm not getting into hypothetical questions. We're leaving the European Union. There isn't going to be a second referendum, and I'm going to make sure we make a success of it.
Is it possible to believe in something but not vote for it?
Again, a hypothetical question.
OK, can I just ask you a non-hypothetical question? Would you describe yourself as leave or remain right now?
We're leaving the European Union. I'm making sure we leave.
No, would you describe yourself as believing
Well, I'm part of a government that is leaving, so I guess you would say leave.
Well, we got there. So you did answer a hypothetical.
It's not hypothetical. I believe we're leaving the European Union. We are leaving the European Union.
OK, I don't want to tell the Culture Secretary what hypothetical means, but that is a hypothetical question you just answered.
I don't think
You just
so.
gave the answer to the question I've asked you for the last 10 minutes.
No, you wanted to know what I'd do in a referendum. We're not having a second
You just
referendum.
said you'd leave.
We're not having a second
Well, I
referendum.
know what you did
That's
in a
the
referendum, because you
important
just
point.
said you'd leave. So, all right.